Welcome to Sai's Thopter Emporium. Hope you're excited. Looks like we have a pretty fun matchup with Jhoira over there. Let's get the, hey, greetings, you too. Greetings to our opponent. Hopefully it'll be a good match on this one. As far as opening hand goes, we've got one land in the hand that does not sound that enticing. So let's go and mulligan on this one. And let's see. We've got Island, Scalding Tarn, Lightning. Yeah, we're going to keep on this one. I like this. See if our opponent wants to keep. Let's go ahead and put that, yeah, actually, I don't mind that. We're going to put that on top. That'll be the third land drop for Sai. And then we can get some of those good Thopters going. And then we'll go ahead and pass the turn to them and let them do their thing. We are playing Sai, Master Thopterist. Whenever you cast an artifact spell, create a 1/1 colorless Thopter artifact creature token with flying. Then for a 2-mana activation, sacrifice 2 artifacts, draw a card. Let's go and draw into that island. Let's go and get Scalding Tarn down. Well, actually, let's go and hold on to it, just in case we get something that we need to shuffle up the top part of our library or something. Let's go and get Island down, and then anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn to our opponent. Playing against Jhoira, Weatherlight Captain, or Jhoira, if you're recording the deck for the first time. Whenever you cast a historic spell, draw a card. Artifacts, legendaries, and sagas are historic. So this is also one of the very first videos that I'm recording with the new 1 vs 1 Commander ban list. So I'm really excited about it. We've got some pretty cool stuff in here. I'll tell you about it here in a second. Let's go and get Island down. Let's go and go for Lightning Greaves. That'll be a really good option to go for Sai once we get that down. And then anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn to our opponent. We did cover both commanders. It is free time. We can talk about what we want. This is going to be Sai's Thopter Emporium. So we've got some fun stuff in here. One of the main win conditions for this deck is casting a lot of artifacts. We get a lot of Thopters on the battlefield, but getting down something like Adaptive Automaton or something that gives all of your artifacts +1/+1, you just end up with a ton of Thopters on the battlefield. You get down one of those Tribal Lords, and you end up with this really, really fun board state. This has definitely been one of the fun, because it's always fun to play Jhoira. Definitely enjoyed that one, but she can be a little busted sometimes, and this feels like some clean magic, however you want to word that. Let's go and get down Foundry of Councils, and our opponent passed it. Yeah, let's go and go for Sai. If the opponent's got a counterspell, they've got it. If not, then we'll be online for casting some of these artifacts. There we go. Let's go and get Lightning Greaves on there, see if that sticks. Let's go. We're good to go. I do want to swing in for 1. Let's just go and pass the turn. I don't really want to chip in for 1 damage, just in case our opponent has some sort of flash a creature in, who knows, for 3 mana. I'd much rather hold back Sai. That way we can get some Thopters. But yeah, so long story short, we get some Thopters on the battlefield, and they get down stuff like a Chief of the Foundry. It's going to give that +1/+1 and really kind of end up with a really fun board state. Now, as far as next turn goes, we'll probably end up going for Chief of the Foundry. We'll see what we draw into. We also do have Skull Clamp in here, so if we can get some Skull Clamp action, it's always a lot of fun to have that. Draw into Ancient. Oh, so good. I've missed you so bad. All right, let's go and get Ancient Tomb down. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't necessarily need that one. Let's go ahead and go for... Yeah, we'll go on Chief of the Foundry. I think I like that. It's going to be 1, 2, 3. And we'll still go ahead and leave up Ancient Tomb. I just had to get it down. It's been so long since I've been able to get down Ancient Tomb. I've been a little sad. I hadn't seen it in a long time. Let's get down Chief of the Foundry. It's going to make our Thopter 2/2. And then anything else, let's go and pass the turn to our opponent. But yeah, so with the 1 vs 1 ban list, if you didn't happen to catch that video, they banned a lot of fast mana in the beginning of this, because they came up with the 1 vs 1 format. They tried to ban a lot of the really powerful cards, so they banned a lot of the 1-mana tutor, stuff like Mystical Tutor, Vampiric Tutor, Worldly Tutor, a lot of that stuff got banned, but they recently unbanned it and unbanned a lot of the fast mana. So we do have Soul Ring in here, we have Mana Crypt, we have Mana Vault, Chrome Mox, just a whole motley crew of artifacts that I'm just really excited to get going. And also stuff like Ancient Tomb. I really miss getting down Ancient Tomb and really working away at our life total. And kind of scaring us as our life total gets down way too low. But that's what kind of makes Magic fun. All right, opponent's going to go for the Fireforger's Puzzle Knot, dealing 1 damage to that Thopter. So let's see if they want to go for that or not. They're going to get down Mere Retriever. And then, sorry, my wife had called. I was just texting her real quick to see if she needed something. And she is A-OK. So that kind of threw me off for a commentary loop for just a second. Now, as far as next turn goes, we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll have 6 total manas, and that will put us online for Wormcoil Engine. But let's see what we draw into. Draw into Buried Ruin. Let's go ahead and get down Scalding Tarn. I think I like going for Wormcoil Engine on this one. Yeah, I think I'm okay with that one. Let's go and crack Scalding Tarn. And our opponent has no creatures with reach or flying, so we're going to be able to swing across on this one without Thopter. It's going to get down Wormcoil Engine. This is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Tapping out for 1, 2. Get a Thopter onto the battlefield. And actually, Wormcoil Engine will be a +1/+1 from the Chief of the Foundry. All right, it's going to push across for 2. knock our opponent down to 28, and then anything else we're going to go and pass the turn to our opponent. Now, when you're playing against Jhoira, especially when you have her on the battlefield, you do get, depending on what our opponent's build is, let's say it's some sort of just kind of value artifact build, we'll be in an okay spot. If they're building some sort of, whether it's Cheerios or egg-style storm deck with Jhoira, they could combo off if they're able to get down some sort of Quicksilver Fountain. Okay, we're actually going to be okay on that one. They'll be able to put the flood counters in our islands. Like I said, we're at 6 land drops at this point right now once we get down Buried Ruin, so that won't be the end of the world. But like I said, if it was some sort of storm artifact deck, we'd definitely kind of be in a little bit of trouble if they're able to get down some sort of filtering creature. And typically, you get down Jhoira, and you get down some sort of creature that gives you an extra card draw whenever you cast an artifact, and it really helps kind of smooth out those draws with Jhoira, allowing you to go for some sort of storm action. Okay, opponents got their own paradoxical outcome. They're drawing to a few more cards. Let's see what else they're going to get going for the turn. I may kind of speed this turn up if they're going to go for a few more card draw this turn. And actually, it looks like our opponent, they're going to their end step, so they're going to have to discard down the hand size. So it looks like we're going to be okay on that paradoxical outcome. Now, we do have paradoxical outcome in here to kind of bounce back a few of our artifacts to get a few Thopters on the battlefield, but it's kind of a little bit of like a last resort draw spell for the deck. It's going to get down Buried Ruin. And let's do this. Let's go and go for Trophy Mage. It's going to be in blue, and then 1/2. That'll still keep us open for Shimmer Mirror, and whatever we need to cast off of that. So let's go and go for Trophy Mage. Let's go and grab one of our Lords off of this one. Yeah, I think I like going for Adaptive Automaton. Let's go and grab it. Let's grab Adaptive Automaton. Let's go and get that down onto the battlefield. It's going to be 1, 2, 3. That'll give us another Thopter and go and buff up those Thopters on the battlefield already. We're going to name Thopter. Okay, let's go and push in. Now, right now we're looking at a 1/2 and a 3/3. Let's go and push in with Wormcoil Engine. Let's go and swing in with both Thopters and then anything else. Yeah, they could take care of Chief of the Foundry Jhoira, so we're going to go and swing in with this one. We will have Death Touch and Lifelink from Wormcoil Engine, so if they want to throw that Phyrexian Walker in front of it, they certainly can. We will still get that life gain, which will kind of help negate some of that Ancient Tomb. Okay, then anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn to our opponent. But yeah, we do have Mystical Tutor in here. Like I mentioned, they unbanned those cards. Now, as far as some sort of kind of not necessarily graveyard action, but some sort of sacrificing artifacts, we do have Cart Clan Ironworks. So you do get into spots where if we wanted to sacrifice Wormcoil Engine to get those tokens onto the battlefield, we could. We also do have Ugin's Nexus. So that's going to allow us to, if that hits the graveyard, that's going to allow us to get an extra turn, which is, I haven't yet to do that yet. That's definitely something I want to get going. But it's also kind of nice sometimes to get down Ugin's Nexus and, you know, playing get some of those decks that have those extra turns, just keep ripping those off. It's always nice to have at least a little bit of protection from that. Okay, opponent's going to go for Retract, bouncing a bunch of stuff back to the hand. Like I mentioned, they're going to be cycling through their deck. Well, I'm going to go and speed this one up. They are at Storm Count 5. Okay, so we're going to get Ignite Memories for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Either way, I think we're going to be okay on this one. It's not the best, but I'll definitely take it. So we're going to go, let's go and write. Basically, we only have 2 cards in the hand, so we're just going to click OK. Hopefully, we just don't take 4 across the board. And I think that's all paradoxical outcomes. Oh, never mind. A few of those were Shimmer Mirrors. We got hit pretty hard on that one. Okay. That's going to put us down to 9. Let's see if they're going to go for anything else. That could have been worse off of that Ignite Memories. It's a good thing that we did not have Wormcoil Engine on the battlefield. And we will get a little bit of life gain off of Wormcoil Engine whenever it swings in too. See what our opponent said. That's all I got. It's always good to survive something like that. Okay, let's see what we draw into. Drawn to Island. Let's go and get Island down. And at this point right now, let's go and push in with the crew. So we've got 9 in the air with the Thopters. We're going to go and send in Psy, Wormcoil Engine, Trophy Mage. Do we want to send in? No, I'd like to hold on to these Lords on this one. So let's go and push in on this one. That will be 9 in the air. We've got 11. And that will be 18 coming across, 19 if you count Psy off of that. All right, so Jhoira's going to jump in front of Wormcoil Engine. We'll get that life gain, put them down to 10. And then with us having Shimmer Mirror that has access to Flash, yeah, I think we're just going to go and pass the turn to our opponent on this one. But yeah, this is pretty much what you want to get going with Psy. You know, I was trying to figure out how I wanted to build Psy, maybe kind of go some sort of weird artifact build. But I found simply just getting some really good value creatures down. And then once you get a couple Lords onto the battlefield, it really just getting free Thopters off of any of your artifact spells is always really nice. Let's go and Flash and Shimmer Mirror. That's going to be 1, 2, 3. End up with the Thopter token onto the battlefield too. And it looks like our opponent Yeah, it looks like they threw in the good game. Good game to our opponent. Definitely always nice to survive at Ignite Memories like that. And then we draw into Duplicate. Okay, let's go and push across the board on this one. There we go. Knock our opponent down to -20. So we were able to survive the Ignite Memories from our opponent. Thankfully, we didn't have Wormcoil Engine in the hand. But like I mentioned earlier, this is exactly what you want to do with Sai. Get those Thopters going. You can even build some sort of egg deck with Sai. Once you get it on the battlefield, start casting a lot of these zero-cost artifacts, and then kind of work your way into Chief of the Foundry. I did want to have it kind of look a little bit separate from Jhoira and not just have a ton of just really cheap artifacts in there, but you can definitely see where it's really nice to get a good board state going like this. And if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.